Hey, FRpod friends, it's me. It's only 12:30 on Thursday morning, so this episode should post in about 5.5 hours if I'm lucky. Every now and again, we need some help from our friends, and this week I'm a little underwater, so I am going to share some excerpts from an interview I had with a good friend of mine named Sunny. I think her name actually describes her perfectly. She is actually quite a famous artist, particularly in Richmond, and she has taken a serious subject and made it kind of a life mission to wrap every baby in love. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about that. And I will be back next week with more ridiculousness. Trust me, plenty has gone on this week. I am just dead dog tired right now. But I will go ahead and show you guys the upper apparatus. Now, I want you to see that right there. Sucker in. I literally cannot talk at all. It is fucking ridiculous. My husband has banned me from talking with this sucker in. So, you're welcome. Have a good week. And remember, it's all going to be fine. I'm telling myself this like every 4 seconds. Sorry. It's all going to be fine. I'm telling myself that like every 4 seconds. All right. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. And we'll see you next week.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great.
I am so happy that we finally got to connect.
I know. Me too.
And for everyone out there, we're just going to jump right in and tell us where we are and why we're here.
All right. We are at the LOVEVOLVE shop, which is the headquarters of everything love right now in my life. The shop is about relationship health, and it is here because of our mission. And that's the basis and the foundation of this entire space.
And what is that mission?
And the mission is to wrap every single baby in a very brightly colored, beautiful love swaddle at birth. So I'm going to hold one up to show you. So every baby in the city of Richmond and Petersburg, in every hospital, receives one of these at birth. They receive one of these to take home as a patient mother gift from the hospitals themselves. We send home a card that talks about the power of words, how to swaddle, and then on the back side, we give every parent, caregiver, mother, wherever this baby is going with this swaddle, gets the 10 signs of a healthy relationship from the One Love Foundation.
The One Love Foundation, is that your foundation?
It is not my foundation.
Okay.
And we are not a nonprofit. We are a mission-based business.
Okay.
Hospitals give a gift to the new mother. It is a patient satisfier, and we're also very sustainable. So this is not only a swaddle, it is a nursing cover. It is a blanket for the baby as they grow. It is a tummy time, on the floor, and a lot of families use them as a tapestry to hang in their nursery. This swaddle is a piece of art. It's a piece of my artwork that's printed on the swaddle. So it's an original piece of artwork. For many families, it's one of the nicest swaddles they will receive. So that is just incredibly important to me, and incredibly important for them to see the message of love every single day. This goes home with the baby. So at some of the hospitals here, they actually give the baby the first bath. They bring the baby back to the parent. They give them the card at the same time, like, this is a gift from our hospital to you. And every single labor and delivery unit, upon checkout, you have to talk about how is your home life. This makes that conversation easier, more open. It's the nurse giving a gift to the patient When you give a gift, it's a different energy. When you receive a gift, it's a different energy. And so the nurses have found that this is, it just brings a lot of joy to the whole unit. The internal messaging in the unit is that these nurses are all talking about relationship health every day. The whole foundation for this mission is domestic violence.
You mentioned this is a piece of your original art. So
Right.
you are an artist by trade.
I am an artist and a mother.
Okay.
3.
Okay. So we share that. The 3.
Yes, the 3.
Mine
the
aren't.
3. And I'm the third of the 3. Of my 3, I have 2 older sisters.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
So I'm 3. I've always been an artist, actually. I was a decorative artist for many years after college. I was an art major in college. I didn't take painting. I thought I was going to be a jeweler. I became a painter. Really, when I started having children, I started painting at home. And I don't know if it was just like the hormones or pregnancy or what, but all of a sudden I was channeling all of this energy into paint.
So when you started painting as a way to express your everything inside.
So yeah, I have, my parents divorced when I was 5-ish, 5.5, 6. I've used art as therapy since I was a little kid. It's always been a really happy place for me. It's been a color. Color just has always ignited a part of my brain that I find calm. I find joy. It's just a really great place for me. And I think this was before art therapy was even a thing. So, I was in an unhealthy marriage.
I'm sorry.
And that ended. I was married for 24 years.
Wow.
I would say that the first 10 were, just like probably any other marriage, just navigating life with kids and, becoming parents. And there were all these shifts, right? And during all of these shifts, I don't think that we collectively, and I'm saying me too, acknowledged and honored those and allowed space for growth and allowed space for change. And I think that that is really the basis of what I'm working on here. So my feeling is that if we have healthy relationships at birth, if we acknowledge, and really it's even shifted and evolved since I started this. These 10 signs really are for the mother to herself. If you can accomplish having a healthy relationship with yourself, if you can trust yourself, if you can be independent, if you can treat yourself as an equal in every relationship, if you can take responsibility for your shit, because we all have it, if you can be at a comfortable pace and not push yourself too much or not be too hard on yourself and have to accomplish 3,000 things in a day and maybe pick 3 things that you do a day and check that off your list, 3. If you can be honest with yourself, if you can respect yourself and be kind, and you can have healthy conflict with yourself, and most importantly, if you can have fun with yourself, then you can do all of that with everyone in your life. So it's this has even shifted. Very, very sadly and very unfortunate. My husband and I got divorced, and that was very sad, but very necessary in our situation. When I moved and when we divorced and separated physically, I couldn't paint. For the first time in my life, I couldn't paint anything. So I had this huge creative block, which was debilitating.
What did you do when you realized that you had this
just
block?
Sit in my studio and cry. That's what I did. I'd walk in my studio, I would get my paintbrushes out, and I literally would stand there, and it was just like this dark, blank wall in my brain that was like impossible. It would be as though you were just an athlete and suddenly you could not take one step. So I had a dear friend. She said, a friend of mine has moved back to Charlottesville from Utah, and she does this art therapy series called The Artist Way. It's a book by Julia Cameron. It jumpstarts creativity. So I started that. During that process, one of my exercises to create again was to paint these little love squares. So I would just trace out the word love. Whoop, there it is. And I would just fill in with color. So it was just exercise. It was literally like walking on a treadmill.
Why the word love? Or did you choose?
The word love. So I chose the word love because I felt like my creative block was from my heart. I felt like that was really closed and sad and needed to be opened. And really, in all reality, it had been closed and sad for a long time. Like it was like locked down in the love for myself. When I was doing these little squares, I was, so ready for this. I empty nested, I moved, and I got divorced finally in 1 month.
Okay, no wonder your heart was sad.
So I was just
That's a lot of change.
That was a lot of change.
A year, for a 2-year span,
a decade.
but for a month, that's a ton.
Yeah.
That's a ton.
So that was super hard. So I found myself like filling my time with these love squares, and I would just toss them on the floor of my apartment, my dining room, and I looked down one day and I was like, oh, I see the word evolve. I don't see the word love. So in 2018, I had breast cancer. I had a double mastectomy, and I
did not know that.
Yeah, so my whole perspective on life.
Oh my gosh.
Shifted again.
So this, you had been doing the love.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Getting part of your art.
Yes.
Back.
Yeah.
And then you get this diagnosis.
Yeah. Luckily, that was very miraculously a smooth anxiety. There was a lot of anxiety, but I think the way we handled it, and it was a smooth experience, believe it or not. I still sort of am like, how did I go through that? But I think what my takeaway from that was, I wanted my art to do something more than just be a pretty picture on someone's wall. In a 3-day period, I was introduced to someone who was very close to the Yardley Love death.
For those of you who don't know the Yardley situation, this was a student at UVA.
She was killed by her former boyfriend, and a lot of people around them experienced the volatility in their relationship and didn't maybe understand or know how serious it was, or know how to help her and him get out. Domestic violence is tricky. It's a very tricky place to be, place for everyone, for anyone to navigate. So then I was dating someone in Charlottesville at the time. So that was on a Thursday. I met this person, and then on Friday I went and had spent the weekend with my boyfriend at the time, and he was the journalist for the entire Yardley Love case in Charlottesville. So we talked about it, and there were just some hindsight, just some different perspective conversations about it, and that was just kind of serendipitous. It's one of those things you're like, okay, that's so interesting. Like, I met her, and then I talked to him, and then I came back to Richmond, and I was working, and my computer, email popped up, and this really cute gal that was friends with my kids here in Richmond graduated, and she said, I'm working on a fundraiser in Washington. Would you donate one of your paintings? And I said, oh, that's great. Like, what is the fundraiser for? And she said, the One Love Foundation. I had never heard of the One Love Foundation. I was like, what is One Love? And so she told me that it was founded by Yardley's mother and sister and aunt a month after Yardley's death, to educate young people on unhealthy relationships, how to get out, and how to help friends get out. So basically, domestic violence. And that's how I got connected to One Love. And I didn't really call them about it. I just, thought that would be a really fun thing to do. And more meaningful from my perspective of my paintings helping something. Flash forward a couple months, and I went to Atlanta, visit family. My suitcase was stolen out of the back of my car. It had my favorite scarf in it. went online and was like, how do you make a scarf? And I found a manufacturer and I sent my artwork off, and my it came back printed on a scarf, and it was really pretty. So that's how I ended up in this textile world. Then my art's on textiles. It's like the fall. I'm selling scarves at holiday shows. I end up selling like 300 plus scarves in like a 2-month period. I mean, it was crazy. And everyone kept saying, I need to wrap so-and-so in love. I need to wrap. And they kept needing to wrap someone in love, which made me, I just look at the negative space now. Like, I'm a negative space girl. I look at the holes. I look at why does everyone need to be wrapped in love? Like, why? Like, I was paying attention not to, people are buying these things and this is great. And I have this income stream that I wasn't expecting. I looked at it like, what's happening in our world that so many people don't feel loved or need love? Then the pandemic hit. I had met with my manufacturer for the scarves in New York about doing baby swaddles. It was heading that way. Literally 3 weeks later, the whole world shut down. I was on these World Health Organization calls, listening, watching, just taking in the information, once again, looking at the negative space. And these wonderful, amazing top health leaders, incredible minds from all over the world were having their little moment to talk about this and how to fix it. And they were talking about fixing these, fixing childhood trauma basically at the top of the tree when the leaf is already kind of turning yellow. And I was thinking of the roots. So it's like, how do you nourish a tree? You nourish a tree at the roots. Mm-hmm. And so this whole idea came to me like in a moment of, if you wrap every baby in love and you reacquaint every person with relationship health, just simple 10 signs of a healthy relationship, then what happens is that rises. Like, as that rises, then it spreads out. Yes. It's just like a balm. Like, it's like a balm for our society to...
A love balm.
A love balm.
Yeah. Like, it's just a balm, like BALM. Like, yes. It's just like...
I love this mission, and I think you're brilliant for the thoughts that... I have lots of thoughts, but mine are stupid and silly. But that's a very powerful thought of like, let's get to the literal root of the problem. The mission is amazing. Yeah. The One Love. So where can we find this store?
We're right here.
Physical and in the
online. Online, it's loveevolve.com.
Okay.
LOVEVOLVE. So there's one E between love and evolve.
Okay.
The store here is at River Road in Richmond at River Road Shopping Center. So we kind of are a speakeasy. We don't have a sign out front. It's 5007 Huguenot Road.
And do you have your own art site? Do you?
My own art site is sunnygoode.com, which is SUNNY, Stack, STACK, Goode, GOODE.com.
Thank you so much.
I hope we get to chat again.
We will definitely chat again. We will definitely chat again. I promise. And we will talk more about some ridiculous things that happen in your life.
Yes. I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Hey, everyone. I actually just finished listening to the final product of my editing job from last night, this morning. And I'd like to apologize by saying it's kind of shoddy. That was not the intention. So I'm going to go back and fix a few things. So hopefully if you haven't heard that episode yet, you will only hear a better, more improved version. But it did occur to me as well that we live in Richmond, Virginia. Sunny Goode, Goode, is the artist and friend that I was interviewing. And she not only has that mission with One Love and the Swaddle Every Baby, Wrap Every Baby in Love, but her store actually has tons of other items. They're great for gifts. They're great for just browsing in the store to feel good. So anyway, I hope you guys, if you are in Richmond, go check Sunny's store out. And go in and talk to her. She's super happy to chat with anyone who comes in the store. I just walked in there over Christmas and just truly myself felt wrapped in love. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you want more information, I have tons more footage with Sunny, and I'm happy to direct you to her in any way. So that's that.